History is never built in a single day. It is written by generations, generation after generation, shepherd after shepherd. For near a century, the Catholic faith had taken deep root in the hills of Kigezi. The first missionaries planted the seed. The first bishop, Bishop Gavas Nkalanga, established the young diocese on firm foundations. His successor, Bishop Barnabas Halemimana, expanded education, evangelization, and the formation of future priests. Then came Bishop Robert Mary Gay, whose gentle but determined leadership strengthened pastoral care, built institutions, and prepared the diocese for a new century. By the year 2003, Kabale Diocese was no longer a young church. It had become a vibrant family of faith, but every generation needed its own shepherd. On the 8th of June 2003, thousands of Christians gathered at Rushoroza Cathedral. The church rejoiced as the son of the soil received the shepherd's staff. The Right Reverend Kalistro Rubaramira became the fourth bishop of Kabale Diocese. It was more than a change of leadership, and it was the beginning of a new chapter. Unlike his predecessors who had spent years establishing and strengthening the diocese, Bishop Callist inherited a mature church. His mission was different. His responsibility was to lead a growing diocese into a new century, to preserve its rich heritage while preparing it for tomorrow. From the very beginning of his ministry, he chose to walk with his people. He traveled from parish to parish, from school to school, from hospital to hospital, listening, encouraging, teaching, praying. For him, a bishop was not simply an administrator, he was a father, a teacher, a servant, and a shepherd. One of his greatest priorities became bringing the church closer to the people. As the Catholic population continued to grow, long distances to parish churches became a challenge. Bishop Kalistro Rubaramira responded by creating new parishes, ensuring that every Christian could more easily receive the sacraments, participate in parish life, and experience the presence of the church. One of the defining legacies of Bishop Kalistro Rubaramira has been commitment to bringing the church closer to God's people. As the Catholic population continued to grow across Kigezi, he recognized that many faithful still traveled long distances to receive the sacraments, attend Mass, and participate in parish life. His response was bold and pastoral. He brought the church to the people. Beginning in 2006, a new chapter of expansion unfolded across the diocese. Christ the King Rukunjiri Parish became the first parish elected during his episcopate. Five years later, in 2011, the diocese expanded again with the establishment of Nyamirama Parish and Rwamagaya Parish, strengthening pastoral care in two growing communities. The journey continued. In 2014, Kalambi Parish was established. Then in 2015, two more parishes of Rutenga and Gatete opened their doors, bringing the gospel even closer to the faithful. After several years of continued growth and preparation, Muhanga Parish was elected in 2019, followed by Nyagisozi Parish in 2021. The year 2022 marked another significant milestone with the creation of Rushoroza Parish and Kabirizi Parish, reflecting the diocese's continued commitment to evangelization. Then came an extraordinary year. 2023 became one of the most remarkable years of parish expansion in the history of Kabale Diocese. Within a single year, Bishop Callist Rubaramira established Buyanja Parish, Muhanga Parish Chisoro, Muchahi Parish, and Buchundura Parish. It was a powerful demonstration of a church that continued to grow in faith, in numbers, and in mission. The momentum continued. In 2025, 2 more parishes joined the diocese's growing family: St. Francis of Assisi Chanamira Parish and Karujanga Parish. Each new parish represented far more than a church building. Each became a center of evangelization, a home for prayer, a place where children received baptism, young people celebrated confirmation, couples exchanged marriage vows, and the sick found comfort, and generations gathered around the altar of Christ. These 16 new parishes stand today as living monuments to Bishop Calistro Rubaramira's pastoral vision, a vision that has brought the church closer to the people and ensured that the gospel continues to flourish throughout the hills and valleys of Kigezi. Under his leadership, Kabale Diocese has continued to grow not only in numbers but also in faith, hope, and service, leaving a legacy that will inspire generations to come. A visionary leader does not only build churches, he builds a people who take responsibility for their own church.
And it challenges us as a church to think, how do we develop without necessarily donations, but how do we develop with support in terms of donation. It's a donation as well, although it's going to be a loan, but it's a support in terms, it's a donation because it is interest free. And the fact that it is a challenge on our part to think, how do I generate revenue, how do I invest in a project that will generate revenue that will eventually sustain the church. And I think it's a very good initiative that you have come up with. And personally, I'm most grateful for this idea. And it comes in handy to challenge us to think. We must think, how do we tap this opportunity for the good of the church, that we can make investments for the good of the future of the church, and that we can eventually be able to be self-sustaining with the support that we get, that the church will be able to be self-sustaining. It's a challenge that I have, for instance, in my diocese. We have been, since I came in for the last 22 years, we've been working on phases of 5-year strategic plan. And this strategic plan, we have been looking at a way, how do we increase our self-dependency and reduce foreign dependency? And we have been able to have achievements that every 5 years we reduce from this percentage to this percentage, every 5 years from this percentage to this percentage. And I'm happy to say that the biggest part now, we are able to do self-financing, but we depend on loans. We have been depending on loans of the bank. We have borrowed money from the bank. We have been able to.
Recognizing the glowing pastoral and development needs of Kabale Diocese, Bishop Callist Rubaramira introduced one of the most transformative initiatives of his episcopate, the Bishop's Annual Appeal Fund. It was founded on a simple but powerful belief that every Catholic, regardless of age, occupation, or social status, has a role to play in building the church. Year after year, families, parishes, schools, institutions, religious communities, and friends of the diocese unite in this annual act of generosity, and their contributions have strengthened the evangelization, supported priestly formation, improved education, enhanced health care, developed the diocesan infrastructure, and responded to the pastoral needs of the faithful. More importantly, the Bishop's Annual Appeal Fund has nurtured a culture of stewardship. It has reminded Catholics that the Church is not sustained by a few generous people, but by the shared commitment of the entire family of God. Today, the annual appeal has become more than a fundraising campaign. It has become a symbol of unity, a sign of shared responsibility, and a lasting expression of Bishop Kalistro Rubaramira's vision for a self-reliant, vibrant, and mission-driven diocese. Through this initiative, generations of Catholics continue to demonstrate that when everyone gives according to their ability, the mission of Christ continues to flourish, and the Bishop's Annual Appeal Fund remains one of the most enduring legacies of Bishop Kalistro Rubaramira's episcopate, a legacy built not mere on financial support, but on faith, sacrifice, and the conviction that together the people of God can accomplish extraordinary things.
Uri businessman wa mani wakoze sente kuroine chinuku akokuba olebe mazima tukuza kuomeka nanka echondo onga twatungire okutizaki okutipangisa sente naye will just notified the moment is finished. So we want to thank you, and that's the reason why the people's representatives here, my colleagues and the leaders who came along with us, we are here to say that we support you.
As technology transformed the world, Bishop Kalistro Rubaramira ensured that the gospel would never be left behind. Catholic media became an essential tool for evangelization. Through Radio Maria, print, television, and digital communication, the message of Christ traveled far beyond church walls. Today, a sermon preached in Kabale can inspire believers across Uganda and beyond. The Bishop also invented in the future by investing in young people. Youth conversions, Catholic movements, choirs, sports, leadership formation. He constantly reminded young people that they are not merely the future of the church, they are the church of today. Families also remained at the center of his pastoral vision. Marriage preparation, family apostorates, women's associations, men's fellowships, catechists, lay leaders. Together they became partners in building vibrant Christian communities. Throughout more than 2 decades of episcopal ministry, Bishop Kalistro Rubaramira has ordained many priests and deacons. He has dedicated churches and strengthened Catholic education. In 2025, the diocese celebrated 50 years of his priesthood. It was not simply a celebration of one man, it was a thanksgiving for a lifetime spent serving God and his people. Today, Kabale Diocese stands stronger than ever. Its churches are still alive. Its schools continue shaping future generations. Its hospitals continue healing. Its seminaries continue forming priests. Its faithful continue growing. And its mission continues. Every bishop writes one chapter, but no bishop writes the whole story. Bishop Gavas Nkalanga laid the foundation. Bishop Barnabas Harimimana expanded the vision. Bishop Robert Mary Gay strengthened the structure. And Bishop Kalistro Rubaramira has led Kabale Diocese confidently into the 21st century. His story is a story of faithful leadership, and his legacy lives not only in buildings, but in people, families, vocations, schools, and parishes, and in every believer whose faith has been strengthened through his ministry. As Kabale Diocese celebrates 60 years of God's abundant blessings, the journey continues, and with Christ as its foundation, the best chapters are still waiting to be written.
Should I siwe